Hello everyone and welcome to this pick a card reading video. This video is all about if you can change the situation. So I'm pretty generic with that, but that's because a lot of people deal with a lot of different things in life. So just think about a situation now that would pertain to this reading. Anything you could potentially want to change, and then I will provide insights into if it will likely change or if it won't likely change, or maybe it will be somewhere in the middle. You'll have to choose the stack to find out. Here is stack 1A, stack 2B, stack 3C. You can pause if you'd like, and if you need some more time to figure out which stack you are most drawn to. If you are not drawn to any of the stacks, that's completely fine. This just might not be the pick a card reading video for you. I have plenty of timeless other pick a card reading videos all throughout my Brittney's Holistic Healing YouTube channel. As a reminder, everything I discuss and talk about in this video is for entertainment purposes only and cannot be stated as fact. Alright, let's get into it. Hello 1A and welcome to your part of the pick a card reading video. The cards you have chosen are Judgment, 7 of Wands, 5 of Wands, all of those upright by the way, 10 of Swords upright, the Chariot upright, and the only one in reverse is the last card, which is the Knight of Swords in reversed. And then the Angel Answers Oracle card that you received is Be Assertive. So right off the bat, I do want to say, in terms of if you are able to change this situation, yes, you are. I want to bring up the Chariot though. The Chariot is all about things happening slowly over time. I think some of you have already made maybe minor changes to help this ultimate change happen as well already. I feel like this is something that's already been in the works or something you've already been planning on starting to do to work up to this ultimate change that you would like to have happen. With the Judgment card, immediately when I pulled that card, I actually was hearing you are a very good judge of character. And I have to also bring that up because with the 10 of Swords upright and the 9 of Swords in reversed, 5 of Wands upright as well, I feel like this situation likely involves people doing you dirty is what I was hearing. People doing you dirty or people being untruthful, unfaithful, whatnot. I know I said unfaithful. I'm not really getting the vibe that this is romantic related. It could be, but I'm getting more so a vibe of family, friend, or coworker, boss type situation, not really romantic. But I feel like there's a lot of wounds that still need to be healed within you. And part of this change that you want to have happen is a result of you being able to heal these wounds slowly over time. And with the Judgment card, like I said, you have good judgment. So what you need to do is really tap into the logical side of things and think of what you can do, the miniature steps you can take. Like I'm seeing somebody taking miniature steps. It's actually really interesting because I'm actually getting visuals of somebody taking mini steps up to a big cloud, like in heaven, what I would imagine it is. So this ultimate thing you want out of this, the ultimate change they want to have happen, I see it happening, but I see baby steps being needed. But I see people getting in your way of this process of healing as well as having this outcome happen. And it's really weird. I feel like you've had to deal with a lot, and so I don't know if you've always been like this, but I feel like a lot of you are very strong. I didn't pull the Strength card, but a lot of you I feel are very strong. We have the 7 of Wands upright, which is all about not giving up. So as many times as you get knocked down, you keep getting back up, you keep fighting. So this is just validation from Spirit to continue the fight, to not back down, to always believe in yourself and believe in what you believe. Wait, how do I say this? And believe what you think is true. What you think is true, believe that and go after that. And I feel like a lot of you are like that anyway. So if you believe that there can be change, there will be change. If you believe that you have the power to change or enact change, then that will happen. Well, with this 5 of Wands, people getting in your way, if it has to do with in any way you're healing from something, I feel like people will be very, even though you have the Judgment card and I think a lot of you have good judgment, I think other people will be very judgmental of you. People do not have or hold good judgment to people around you. And people will Sometimes I'm getting visuals of sometimes people are passive aggressive, but I feel like in this situation, people are head on going to make attacks at you and be very verbally aggressive with you and state their opinions as if they are fact and kind of try to shove their opinions, their quote unquote facts or their beliefs down your throat. And I think there will be people that will try to prevent you from enacting this change, and people will try to gaslight you into thinking something different. It's a very weird situation here. But remember I don't know, I just feel like there's a lot of people in your circle who you can't trust. So I would also make sure to evaluate the people who are around you and get rid of the people who aren't worthy of being around you, unless if they have to be around you, such as at work. But a lot of you need to have a really good protective bubble around you right now, because it just feels, I don't even know how to explain it. It just feels, I'm getting shivers or a weird feeling in the back of my neck, and I normally don't get that. It feels like somebody's gonna try, with this sensation that I'm feeling right now, it feels like somebody's gonna try and also stab you in the back, which that's what the Ten of Swords is all about as well. So really think about who you can trust with any information right now, with being vulnerable right now. And I just feel like if you've already been stabbed in the back, there's going to be more where that came from, is what I'm hearing, either from the same person or group of people or from others who are backing this group of people or this person up. So maybe you like to be impartial, or you still like to be friends with people even if you don't get along with the same people and the friend group. But this is really a time to hone in on who really matters to you, because there's a lot of snakes around you. And I normally don't say that kind of stuff and use that kind of language, but it just feels so volatile and nasty. Right now I'm also seeing fire, and I think the fire is representative of both the anger or anger issues that the people around you place upon you, but also it's your own fire that's within you that I'm seeing for you to now I'm getting a lot of visuals with you, seeing you claw your way out of this situation, almost out of a tunnel, and everybody else is left behind, and you'll be the one to be able to escape and run free. That's the best way I can describe the visual I'm seeing. And we do have be assertive here, so Spirit wants you to not back down if people are going to try to knock you down with their words, especially. Spirit is saying to be assertive. That does not mean be physically combative. That doesn't even mean you have to be abusive or anything back. But it means that you have to, or it's suggested that you use your voice to really stand up for yourself. Don't let people walk over you. And also, some people say it's best to just ignore situations. While that can be a good thing to do, use your best judgment, of course. I know you have that good judgment, the first card that was pulled. But for some of you, for a lot of you, I will say that at least at certain points, it will be crucial for you to snap back, but not in a way that's super aggressive, in a way where you state where you're at, what you want to have happen, your goals, or what changes you want to enact. And you don't even have to be super descriptive. Just be like, this is how I feel, what you say, or this is what I want to have happen, and what you say is not going to change or affect my process, my healing, or my ability to get from point A all the way to point Z, because that's where I want to be. There's really a sense to not let people walk all over and around you. The Chariot upright, again, slower process, but don't give up. And even if you enact this change, like I've talked about earlier, you have a lot of healing work still left to do, but right now, in the process of whatever healing you're doing, there will be more at the end of this when this change is enacted. I think some of you maybe are almost an autopilot, or you have narrow brain thinking just so you can get to that end goal or that change that you want to have happen for the situation. Just keep in the back of your mind that there's more work that will need to be done, and there will be more that you need to do in terms of internal work. Even if nobody knows what kind of internal work you're doing, it's actually probably best that way, is the way this is coming across, where it's very much a solo journey, but not in a way that, of course you're never alone, but the changes you will, or main change to the situation that you will enact, it's a very solo journey, and then the after part very solo journey for the healing. Healing in general is very much a solo journey, but there's a lot of strength that I'm feeling with this stack. So Spirit is saying utilize that strength to get you to where you need to be, and then continue using and utilizing that strength to carry you forward with the healing process. I think that is where I will leave it though. Thank you so much 1A for watching and listening to this video. Hope you enjoyed it or that it was useful in any way. You can comment down below if you resonate with this stack at all, and you can also comment down below, like update your comment in the future if you took any of my advice or if any changes have happened for your situation. You can subscribe to my channel, it really helps me out a lot, and you can check out the other pick a card readings that I have that are timeless all throughout my YouTube channel. And I also have a Brittney's ASMR YouTube channel that will be linked down below in the description. Thank you so much and take care. Hello 2B and welcome to your part of the pick a card reading video. The cards that have been chosen for you are the Empress in reverse, Eight of Cups upright, the Star upright, the Knave or Page of Cups upright, the Emperor in reverse, and the King of Wands upright. And then the Oracle card here is look for a sign. And I do want to say real quick, the Eight of Cups, I was actually getting the imagery and the meaning of Seven of Cups, which usually involves multiple solutions or multiple choices, multiple options, multiple paths, etc., etc. And I was actually already started on this reading, but I had to restart. But I will say I'm still going to consider that imagery in my mind's eye because I was feeling very strongly connected to that. So sometimes it happens where cards that are close to each other in tarot, such as like 8 and 7 of Cups, like here, I will, if I'm intuitively feeling the message of one of the other cards, I will still incorporate that in here. I think it's still relevant. Anywho, I do want to say that if you can change this solution, if you can change this problem or this situation in your life, the answer is yes, you can, and that there are multiple different outlets or solutions for your problem. And with the Page of Cups and the imagery I was getting of the Seven of Cups, that's basically especially where that came from, where you shouldn't think typically, is what I'm hearing. Think outside of the box. Think of solutions that you normally wouldn't come up with or other people typically wouldn't come up with for the situation that you're in. And for the look for a sign card, that's really an indication too that Spirit is trying to send you messages for what you should do. So even if it seems kind of weird, like this sign could be paired with this meaning and you're like, I don't know about that, really consider it and intuitively feel it out, because Spirit is trying to help assist you with making this change as effortlessly as possible, although I don't see it being effortless. We do have the Star here, which to me is a very big indicator that yes, you will be able to allow for change to happen in this situation. And I see it being multiple changes, but also one major big change on top of everything else, with the Star being there. There's a sense that with the King of Wands too, I think you are very determined to get things done, to get this change happening. And I think what's holding you back from allowing this change is we have the Emperor in reverse and the Empress in reverse. Very interesting. We have both of those and they're both in reverse here. As soon as I pulled these cards, I was getting parent energy, but it could be anybody who's older than you within your family. But I think it's also multiple people. It could also be the culture that you're in, the city, town that you're in. Just think of like a 2 or more people. So it could even be a group of people, including a community of people who are not allowing for this change to happen. So that also is what made me think that it could be related to politics. I know that not too long ago, there's been political shifts everywhere. That's affected a lot of people. Let's say if you have questions about the political atmosphere that you are in, you are allowed to and able to make change. And I'm trying to think of how I should word this. I'm just seeing people at protests. So you are able to allow for change. And we see the King of Wands here upright too. And also the Page of Cups. So compassion paired with passion. Ooh, that gave me so many chills. You have the compassion and the passion to be able to enact change politically. Even if you are not directly like a major well-known advocate or a politician yourself or somebody who works on a political team, you are still able to allow for change to happen and contribute to the collective. You can sign petitions, you can go to protests, you can email or call representatives or senators, you can go to protest marches. There's a lot that you can do to contribute as a whole for allowing things to happen. And if you live in a community where people maybe think opposite of you, you can be the person, you can be that star person, okay, who allows people to think differently and think maybe even more clearly. If they are more likely to, like, here's the thing, I think a lot of times people think a certain way politically because they're not exposed to those things intimately. Like, I don't remember who this person is, if they're still in office, but I remember there was somebody whose grandchild came out as transgender, and then they changed, they're conservative Republican, and then they are still a conservative Republican, but they changed their views on that thing being trans issues, right? They believed that being, I don't know about being queer, but for being trans, they were more open-minded and they were accepting, right? And that's not how everybody's going to be, but there will be people who, if you expose them to these different situations, and it doesn't even have to be politically, right? But some people run on fear. That's where politics and fear go hand in hand, right? But it doesn't have to be just politics. A lot of people, what they don't know, what they're fearful of, what maybe they project onto others because it's something they don't like about themselves. If you allow people gently and compassionately, but with knowledge and respect, to see a different side of things, your side of things, I am visualizing change happening. And that will have a ripple effect if it's on somebody like that. For some of you, it could even be belief differences with your parents or within your family. And in this situation, I mean, they are both in reverse. I get a sense that if it is parents, grandparents that are involved in this, it will be hard for them to get on board, and I don't see many of them actually getting on board with the change or changes that you would like to have happen for this situation. And for this, I really want to bring up that 8 of Cups now, more so than the 7 of Cups I was talking about earlier. And it talks about walking away. Sometimes the best thing you can do and the best solution is to walk away. I know I said there's many solutions, and before walking away, you can come up with different things, try to educate people along the way. Again, with passion and compassion. But at the end of the day, there is a big indicator that many of you will have to walk away or set up clear boundaries with people in your life who do not want for this change to happen for you. And it's unfortunate. That doesn't mean people can't come around, but I see this in the long run being, if you do have to walk away from people or a community, I see this actually being very beneficial to you in the long run. I mean, look at the star. It's right after the 8 of Cups, walking away and then getting to the star. So for some of you, this could involve also the church, religion or spirituality, walking away from a religion or a spiritual practice, or a community of people within a certain sect of religion or spirituality. And the same messaging applies there, where for a lot of you, I think it would actually be best to walk away. And then even you just walking away could get other people to change their viewpoint a bit, or at least try to. Although I'm not seeing that here, it's still a possibility. And if you walk away from certain people in your life, I see you being accepted with open arms from plenty of other people in your life, or not in your life, who are about to come into your life. I think with you being more true to yourself, you will energetically attract like-minded people to you, and I see that being very beneficial to you moving forward. So a big key advice I have for you is to look for a sign, and then work off of those signs that you receive from Spirit. I don't see just only one. There might be some key ones, but I see multiple signs coming about. I recommend, also I was getting visualizations of somebody automatic writing, so that could help you as well for the signs, for any words that you come up with or any visuals you see, etc., etc., etc. But my key advice would be look for the signs from spirit. Utilize these signs the best way that you can with passion and compassion, and then if people still are not willing to compromise or see your viewpoint, it would be best to then walk away. So the best way you can then change and step into yourself more and be true to yourself more. The best way you can change ultimately could be to just walk away. Or at least, I don't know how I feel about ultimatums, but that could be something too where you present an ultimatum and that could allow for change to happen in any way as well. I will leave it at that though. Thank you so much, 2B, for watching and listening to this video. I hope you enjoyed it. You can like the video down below if you liked it. You can comment down below if you resonate with this reading at all. And you can update your comment again in the future if you took my advice or if any changes have actually happened. You can subscribe to my channel if you like. And you can check out my videos all throughout my channel. There are plenty of timeless pick a card reading videos. You can also subscribe or at least check out subscribe to or check out my Brittney's ASMR YouTube channel that will be linked down below in the description. Thank you so much and take care. Hello 3C and welcome to your part of the pick a card reading video. The cards chosen for you are Knight of Cups upright, Six of Cups upright, Four of Coins or Pentacles in reverse, Knight of Wands upright, Five of Coins or Pentacles in reverse, and the Hanged Man upright. And then the Oracle cards, there's actually two for you in the near future in Big Happy Changes. These two flew out within a slightly larger pack, like a 5 or 6 cards total, maybe more than that. Anyway, these two were not stuck together, but they were like next to each other, and I was thinking of which of these cards to put down, and they were both shining so brightly. I'm like, okay, put them down. So boom, boom, in the near future, and then Big Happy Changes. I'm like, all right, sounds good to me. I don't know if you'll like my answer though, because some of you probably are wanting a yes answer. And my answer for if you yourself can change the situation, Spirit actually doesn't want to answer. It's actually, they don't want to say yes or no because they actually don't want for you specifically to put too much energy into the situation and figuring out the answer. And let me explain. Of course, we have the Hanged Man here. And with that, Spirit is really indicating that you need to let go of the end result. You need to let go of expectations. I think some of you place a lot of high expectations on yourself and in the situations or people in your life in general. So I think the more you ease off of the situation, the better it will actually be. We have the Knight of Cups here and the Six of Cups upright. And when I think of the Six of Cups, I think of it as being the childhood card and memories, emotionality, happiness, joy, childlike joy especially. So this could be something that's related to your childhood in some way. But I do want to say also that it's something that could, how do I explain? It could be triggering to your inner child. So maybe you want for this change or any of these changes to happen to the situation because it's triggering to you and your inner child from maybe something you experienced when you were younger. It could involve a situation or people from your childhood. Even think outside of just family. Think of friends that you had in childhood or a crush you had in childhood. A teacher, whatever it is. But there's also a sense that you just have, either way, a lot of emotional ties and emotional connections to the situation. So I think, and we have the Knight of Wands here too, and so Spirit doesn't want for you to make any rash or quick or impulsive decisions, because if we react with emotionality, I think a lot of you could make changes, but in terms of making the right changes, that's why Spirit wants you to lay off of it for a bit or put less pressure on the situation, because Spirit wants you to really not even think things over, because they want you to kind of just let go. And if something's meant to happen, it will happen, that kind of vibe. There's a sense that you could do something that you'll end up regretting, or you could do something that will make the situation worse or less favorable for you in the long run. So Spirit really wants for you to relax and figure out the reasons why you feel so emotionally connected to the potential changes and or the situation in general. So the change is related to this situation potentially, or the situation itself. Think about why you could get triggered or be very emotionally invested in this. We have the Four of Coins in reverse, which to me in this situation is actually indicating that a lot of you are being impatient. With the Five of Coins being in reverse, it makes me think about loss, but it doesn't have to be financial loss. It's just, I wonder too if some of you it's kind of like a loss of childhood or a loss of your youth. So I wonder if a lot of you had to grow up at a young age, so now you carry around a lot of resentment from that. I don't know how that pertains to your situation, but I thought I would just bring that up too. Any negative feelings that you have with the Hangman here, Spirit really wants you to let them go, even though I know with the Six of Cups and the Knight of Cups, it can be very hard for you to be able to do so. For some of you, this could be that it relates to a relationship as well, because we do have the Knight of Cups here, and either way, Spirit is saying if you want to know if you can change the situation, if you can get this person to love you again if you're broken up, or if you can get this person to start dating you, Spirit is definitely saying do not worry about it so much. With in that kind of situation with the Five of Pentacles in reverse, it's like a feeling of you're not worthy enough, and so you just put so much energy and time into this person, the situation, and it wouldn't be worth it in the long run to do that, especially if the other person doesn't reciprocate. You going with the flow in terms of love and relationships, romantic relationships, the right person will come to you even if they are not the person who you want it to be. Because who you want it to be isn't who Spirit necessarily needs it to be for you, who your higher self needs it to be for you. Some of you too, I think, have codependency issues. And that would make sense if it stems from childhood. And in that kind of situation, Spirit wants you to, I think, spend a little bit of time alone and figure out, again, where those codependent type issues come from, or any sort of relationship type issues that you have. Some people maybe, like, I don't know, some people just always feel like they're not enough for a partner that they have. Whatever the situation entails, think about why, and from maybe in childhood how it relates, why and how you have these attachment styles or these negative beliefs as they revolve around love. Spirit doesn't want for you to be dependent on another person or even other people in general outside of romance to make you happy. There's a lack of happiness, I think, when you are alone, by yourself with your own thoughts. Spirit wants you to work on that. And then you'll also be able to think more clearly for yourself and be a lot more intuitive. Both logical and intuitive. And either way, well, I don't want to say either way. I think the more you let go and the more you, whatever the situation is, the more you let go and you just let the situation play out. I also feels like maybe for some of you the situation actually hasn't been that long, but I digress. Whatever the situation is, okay, whether it's been since you were born up until yesterday, Spirit wants you to let go of the outcome, the potential changes that could occur, whether you could do changes or not. They want you to just, right now, not do any changes. Ultimately, in the near future, big happy changes. I repeat, in the near future, big happy changes. If you let go a little bit, or quite a lot of it, I should say, actually, is the feeling I'm getting, that will allow for changes to organically happen outside of you having to make major decisions. And then you'll be happy with the changes that come about anyway. For some of you, I will say maybe you will have to make changes, and like you yourself will have to say yes, no, or I choose this, or I choose that, or I do this, I do that, I think this, I think that. If that does relate to you, Spirit wants you to still wait quite a while until you get to that point where you absolutely need to make a decision, and the foggy brain energy that I'm sensing will clear a lot more. If you do that internal work, then any indecision or any negative thinking and beliefs will clear out more, and you'll be able to identify your own negative thought processes or your old negative patterns when they come about, so that if they pop up, you'll be able to identify them and then hopefully not repeat the cycle or engage in any negative type behaviors or ways of thinking. So ultimately, my advice is to just let go of the situation, and the happy changes will occur without you even doing anything, unless if you do something, and if you absolutely need to, it would be at a later time than right now. Some of you are very impatient. You want it to happen right now, this change. Spirit is saying you have to wait, do internal work, let go, the changes will happen. And also, I will say, when you change your mindset, your mindset and shift, is what I'm trying to say, into a different state of being, a different mentality, when you have more love and respect for yourself, that ultimately attracts these positive changes to you anyway. I'm telling you, I think this group is very much able to, I wanted to bring this up too, actually. For some reason, when I pulled the Knight of Wands, I was thinking this. Some of you are very easily able to manifest, and these manifestations, whatever manifestations you want to have happen, will occur a lot better if you do like the set it and forget it method. You don't stay super strict on things happening. And also, look it in the near future, so you don't even have to worry too much. It'll happen soon. Whatever those changes that you probably want to have happen, it will change. The situation, relationship dynamic, whatever it is. And so if you do, like, for a manifestation spell, the set it and forget it method, that will be most pertinent to you, most helpful for you. Whatever you want to have happen, if you just let it go and stop thinking about so much, big happy things will happen. And that's just the main message for you. So I hope you enjoyed 3C. You can like the video down below. If you liked it, you can comment down below if this resonated with you at all. And you can update your comment again in the future if you took any of my advice or if any big happy changes occur. And you can check out my YouTube channel. You can subscribe to my YouTube channel. I have plenty of other timeless pick a card reading videos on my channel. You can also check out my Brittney's ASMR YouTube channel. That will be linked down below in the description. Thank you so much and take care. Thank you so much for watching and listening to this video. If you liked the content, make sure you subscribe, like the video, and comment down below, as it really helps my channel out a lot. You can follow me on my socials listed here on the screen. Thank you and blessed be.